Alright guys, what's up? How are you doing? Is everyone here? Let me just check how many people we have so far. Alright, awesome. I see that people are writing messages in the chat box, so that's perfect. Thanks to that guy for being here. It's pretty cool. I like it. Every time I think we have new people coming to the webinars. We have people coming since a few times also, so it's awesome for sure. So I want to start right now because I want to stay on time. The topic of today's webinar is how you can transform yourself from a struggling trader. The topic of today's webinar, is how you can transform yourself from a struggling to profitable trader in 30 days. So this is pretty much a big mission, but we're gonna look at it in details to ensure that you get through it for sure. So I want to start first with who I am. I'm a university student right now. I've been trading Forex since 2012, so almost 3 years now. It's pretty cool. And I really enjoy traveling. This is an awesome thing for me. And I decided recently I wanted to really go into trading more full time, because I've been trading part time. I've been trading in the first 2 years not profitably. I'll talk about it later. But then I want to go more full time in the future, which will give me freedom to travel more and just give me a better life overall. So those are my aspirations for now. Now my trading. Well, I started trading as I said in 2012. I opened a first account with $700. One of the guy at some point was asking me how many dollars I put in my first account. Well, 700. That's the exact amount I put. I recommend if you open an account not to start too quickly, too big, because you might lose some part of it. So I started with $700, and then I lost I would say couple first month 95% of that, which was pretty tough. But this is what happened in trading. And the problem was simple. I had no clue what I was doing, and that's unfortunate. A lot of people are starting trading having no clue exactly what they're doing, and that makes things a little bit bad. You have to acknowledge that. Alright. Here are the facts. So in every webinar I do, I go back on these facts, because these facts are really motivating to me. They're really shocking, but they're really helping me move forward and understand what trading is. According to Bloomberg, 68% of Forex traders lost money in all quarters of 2013. Which means 68% of all the Forex traders in the two companies that were interviewed, the two brokers, they all lost money in every quarter. So that means the 4 quarters of 2013. This is pretty tough. According to the National Futures Association, traders give up after on average 4 months of trading. I don't know for how long you guys have been trading, but if you've been trading for more than 4 months, you're better than average. And if you're still wanting to succeed in trading, you're a lot better than average. And then the solution is pretty simple. The solution is to getting the right education and then applying it correctly. And there's two parts in it. First of all, you have to get the things right. You have to learn the right thing, and you have to apply them, which is often a problem, applying them for most people. Now, yeah, this is the main reason why traders don't succeed and why we have these crazy stats. A lot of people are accepting wrong risk reward ratio. I think I'll just skip that because this is pretty simple. A lot of people are lacking training for sure. And then there's fraud, lack of consistency, which is the main one, I would say. Now here are the 3 keys to success, which will cover the whole webinars. The big part of the webinar will be based on those 3 keys to success. The first thing is a trading strategy, and then you have the testing, and lastly you have the mindset. So those are the 3 things that if you master, you won't have any problem in trading. You'll be able to make money consistently and profitably forever, as long as you keep those 3 in your head correctly and you know how to manage them. Now let's start with trading strategy. What's the best trading strategy? Well, the answer is there's no secret. There's no amazing trading strategy. The best one is one you can simply write on paper, write on a piece of paper, and read from there. The main thing you have to define with your trading strategy is one, a signal, secondly, the entry, and then the exit. The exit you'll have 2 points, usually a stop loss and a take profit. Those are the main thing you have to put in your trading strategy. And unfortunately, a lot of traders are going from one strategy to the other without really applying anything. So they're taking one, going to the next one, and they never really stop doing one thing. Okay. I'm curious to know how many strategy you guys have tried so far. If you could just type it in the search in the chat box, could be pretty cool. I'm just curious about it. I'll let you know the result afterward. Awesome. Now, trading strategy can be really simple, and this is mostly what I use: price action. Price action, people make it so complicated sometimes, but in fact it's so simple. Price action is simply the action of the price. How the price is moving, how the price is behaving. Okay, this is really price action at the most simple point. And people make it complicated because people think they can look at only one or two candlesticks and get to know price action. But price action that's not how it works. And so the price action is always about getting the right information about the price, the price movement. So it includes structures and candlestick as well. But it's not only candlestick. And then based on the thing I was telling you before, for each strategy you have to know the signal, the entry, and the exit, right? I just want to show you real quick what a good setup here would be. So I would be looking at this, okay? I would be reading that chart, let's say. And I would be, this is one thing I just want to remind people, okay? This is a chart I picked, but I picked it for a reason, okay? You won't necessarily see this all the time. This is, I would say, a perfect example, but don't think you will see this all the time, okay? When you trade, you have to make concession. You have to be able to decide whether the setup looks enough like the perfect setup or not. And you won't ever take it perfect setup. Well, sometimes, but rarely, okay? So this is important to know because most people will think they have to find this exact setup afterward, but they won't find it, or they'll find only a few, which is not going to work in the end. You won't make any money. So I would just be reading price action on this chart, just seeing what the price is doing. It's going down, going sideways. All right, we have sideways here, okay? So I could see from here, let's say, that this has been moving sideways. And then suddenly we have this big bar here, which we call sort of a hammer, right? Because there's a small body. So some people call it pin bar, some people call it hammer. It's not really important. The important thing is you know how to recognize it. You know that there's a big body, big wick, and a small body, right? This is the most important thing. And it's closing near the high of the day. If you don't know how to read candlestick, well, I recommend you check out some education on that. You have some good websites and good stuff like that. I did a webinar last week about price action. I'm not the best price action teacher, but I definitely know like the main parts of it. And so we see this big pin, this big bar, basically. What I said, what's important to have is room to the left, okay? So we have room to the left. So this is my signal. Now what I have to define, the next thing, is the entry. So the entry will be really simple. I enter always above the, sorry about that. I enter always above the price action signal. So, well, it's not, my keyboard's not working great, so I'll have to skip that. But I would enter just above the bar. And then the stop loss would be put right below the low of that bar, basically. So, and then the trade would just go on. Okay? I don't know why that's not working. I have no idea. Sorry about that. Cool. So yeah, so I would put a stop loss below the wick, the long wick, and I would put a take profit at twice this distance between the entry and the stop loss. Now we go to the next part, which was testing. And testing, you have to do basically the validation of your trading strategy. I would say this is a part that 95% easily of traders skip. Okay? They think when they have a strategy that it's gonna work because someone told them it's gonna work. But the real thing is, you cannot be sure your strategy is gonna work. And that's why you have to do validation. You have to test your stuff. It's crucial. It's crucial for sure. Okay, definitely. If you don't test your strategy, well, you don't have any strategy to me. That's how I work. Here are the rules. You have to look for at least 100 trades, okay? For only one time frame in only one currency pair. This is pretty important. So you don't want to take a few trade on the euro, a few trade on the dollar, and see how it goes. You want to trade one currency pair and a one time frame based on the strategy you've established before. And then you have to record the result. Sorry. So yes, I'm getting tired. No way. So you have to record the result afterward. Recording the result can be really simple. When I tested my first strategy, I did it on paper. Okay, that was not a long time ago. I did it on paper. Just because I wanted to see for every trade what I was getting in terms of profit and what I was losing when I lost trades. But it can be really simple. You can put it on a sheet of paper and you don't have to use Excel. Of course, Excel is the main way to do it. Or you could use some software like Forex Tester. If that interests you, check out my website, DesireToTRADE.com. I'll have information about Forex Tester. Sorry. Getting water. Awesome. And then that's the key. When you validate your strategy, you feel confident because you know that your strategy worked in the past. And if your strategy didn't work well in the testing, well, you can always change it. You can take another strategy, you can do whatever you want, change it, but at least you didn't take any real trade with it. You didn't lose any money for real. So you can just go back and adjust your stuff accordingly. But if your strategy was good according to the testing you did, well, you'll feel confident. Okay? You'll feel happy because you know exactly that this strategy is supposed to work when you take enough trade. So you'll be happy to take more trade, either live or in a demo account. And the main reason we backtest, which is going in the past and testing, and not just test on a demo account, is because testing on a demo account is super long and super frustrating. You'll have to be in front of your computer waiting to have the perfect setup, and then you'll have to take them, which is a little bit frustrating for me, or a little bit long, I would say. You want to keep the demo account for when you want to trade and when you want to learn how to take trade for real. But first do your testing, I would say. Then we go into the last part, and this part will be, I think, the main one, okay, the most important one. It's all about the mindset. And mindset, there's a lot of stuff to cover in this. I'm covering the basic stuff, like the main one in this webinars. But if you want to know more information, check out DesireToTRADE.com for sure afterward to know more about it. Now, here are the parts of the mindset. The first thing is you have to define a vision. And when we talk about vision, well, vision is what you want for the future. So your vision must be exciting. There's always a reason why we decide to trade, why we go into trading, why we want to make money trading. And this is always the vision, what we want to achieve in the future. If you don't have a vision, well, you don't have any motivation to trade. And this is a pretty big problem. I had to define my vision, I would say, maybe 8 months ago. And this vision is exciting because my vision is I want to travel. I want to have freedom. I can visualize myself having freedom and traveling everywhere I want, still making money, and this is pretty awesome. Okay, this is a vision, the kind of vision you want to have. What do you want for the future? I'll go into more details of vision in other trainings, but so far, the only thing I want is you to know how vision is important and what it is exactly. Next thing is beliefs, and beliefs are pretty interesting. Okay, it's crazy to understand that what you believe, will actually turn out to be true. Okay, this is pretty interesting. Whatever you believe right now about your trading or your trading skills, well, you'll end up seeing it in the market. If you believe that you don't have the right skills to be a trader, well, you'll see this appearing on your trading account. And that's not funny. But if you believe, well, okay, so I just want to go into more details of the belief. I did a big presentation on that before. But basically, you have 3 types of belief. The first one is about the market, then about your strategy, and then about yourself. So the market is what you believe the market will do. If you think the market is crazy right now, well, that's what's gonna happen, and you're gonna be crazy in the market, which is not what you want. And then trading strategy, well, you have to be confident and you have to believe that your trading strategy is gonna work and that it gives you an edge. If you don't have an edge from your trading strategy, well, you won't get anywhere, and this is unfortunate. And then lastly, about yourself. What you believe about yourself is really the main thing that will drive your life. If you don't have the right belief about yourself, if you believe that you don't have the right skill to be a trader, well, you'll end up seeing this. And if you believe that you've taken shortcuts to trading that you shouldn't have taken, well, you're gonna hack in a bad way on the market. So this is pretty important. And I've detailed the exact process and how you can get the right belief on DesireToTRADE. If you want to look more into that, well, there's an article about it. Just check it out. Then emotional control. Okay, emotional control. This is pretty important because when you trade, you'll get a lot of emotion, and if you get into a losing trade, you'll get more emotion, and if you get into a winning trade, you'll get even more emotion. But you have to know how to control them. Here's the key: you have to record emotion as information. Every time you have an emotion that's coming in your mind, you have to tell yourself that this is only information that's given to you in some sort of different form. But you have to know that this is only information. You have to record it. You have to record it. Know why you feel that way. So know what the emotion is telling you, and then taking action based on it. One example could be if you're in a trade and then you're losing money, you feel fear, let's say. Well, what the emotion is telling you? Maybe the emotion, if you feel fear, it's because you risk too much money in your trade. So this is what it's telling you. It's telling you, well, you've risked too much. You didn't took the right action. So what can you do based on that? Well, you have two choices. Either you close your position, or the main thing I would recommend is to trade a smaller amount less time, and we'll talk about it in a few moments. Here are some strategies on how you can get a better mindset or get the right mindset to trade. The first thing is to set trading period. Okay, this is pretty common among traders, but you cannot trade all day. It's impossible for you to sit on a computer at 8 a.m. in the morning and just leave at, I don't know, 5 or 6 p.m. Okay, this is not possible. So what you have to do is you have to set time, specific time, where you'll be focused on trading. For example, myself, I tell myself, I'm gonna trade in the morning. So from, let's say, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., I'm trading. And this is the only thing I'm doing. I'm not watching a movie, I'm not working on other stuff for my business, I'm just trading. That's it. This is the time I trade. And this is what you have to do, basically. If you want to spread that time over the day, so if you're looking at, let's say, a daily chart, you have to check it at the close. well, you can check it every day at the close. Or if you're checking the 4-hour chart and you want to check it only like 4 to 6 times a day because you have to sleep, well, you can just set these times around those times to be trading times. That's fine. But just know it in advance. This is the important part. Then you have to take time off to recharge. This is another thing, you cannot trade all day. So you have to take time off to recharge. You have to stop on the weekend or do something different if you want to be if you want to have the right mindset for Monday morning when you start trading. This is important. Now, how exactly do you take time off? Well, you do whatever you like. I like to go out and walk and just sometimes have fun. So that's what I do. That's what I do. Even if it's cold right now in Montreal, but you just do whatever you want, okay? You can go out, you can watch a movie, whatever you like. But just make sure you have time off set to recharge enough. And then the next strategy, which I uncovered pretty bad. But anyway, you have to get comfortable with each trade. This is the most important thing in trading. You have to get comfortable with each trade. And here's the thing, you have to understand that not every trade will be a winner, and that every single trade could in fact be a loser. So whatever amount of money you put on every single trade, you have to make sure that this amount of money is correct or is acceptable to you to lose. Here's what I'm thinking. For every trade I take, I put a stop loss. Okay, this is essential. You have to put a stop loss every time. But when I put my stop loss, let's say my stop loss is worth $100. Okay, it's, I don't know, 100 pip, $100, let's say. So what I do is, taking that trade is as if I paid $100 right now. And that's it. And then in a few days or in some sort of period, I'll get a statement telling me, well, this trade was successful or not. And if the trade is successful, I get $300 to cover my losses. But so this could happen. But if it's not successful, well, I don't lose anything because I paid the $100 already as my stop loss. And that's it. But if I'm not comfortable losing $100, well, I'll have a problem here. Because I'll have fear, I'll be angry if I lose the trade. And I'll be greedy if I start to make money. I'll make close the position too early. And this is one thing that happens often. A lot of traders are closing position too early when they're not profitable or when they're starting to be profitable, okay? They close the position too early because they want to lock in profit. Locking profit is good. But if you close the position too early because you fear losing money, that's not locking profit. That's having fear. And you have to be careful with that, okay? So for each trade you take, you have to make sure that the amount you risk is comfortable to you. Okay? It's like an amount you pay at the cashier at the grocery before buying something. And then you see the benefit afterward. You may have benefits or not. It depends, okay? But get comfortable with it. And know that for each trade, it can be a winner or a loser. You don't have any way of saying whether it's a winner or a loser. Even if it's the perfect setup, okay, the best thing you've ever seen, it can be a loser. You don't have any way of telling it before. That's trading. That's how it works. Now, based on everything we talked about today, okay? So the 3 keys. The first key was trading strategy. The second key was, you remember? Second key was, let's say, I have a blank, man. So second key was validation, and third key was the mindset. Okay, so trading strategy, validation or testing, and then the mindset. Those are the 3 key that you have to master. And when you master those, you have to put them in a trading plan. This is the cumulative part, okay, the end part of everything we talked about. You have to make your trading plan. And a lot of people don't make trading plan because they think it's too restricting, okay? It's not useful. But here's the thing, you have to make a trading plan. No other way. If you want to succeed, that's the only thing you have to do. And it took me a long time to understand this. But a trading plan was the main key, I would say the main part in my success, my own success. If I hadn't made a trading plan, I would not be successful. I would not make any money in trading. And although I'm still not making huge money, I agree. I'm frank with that. Well, having a plan was the main thing that could help me go from struggling to being profitable in trading. And in your plan, you have to consider all parts of trading. Here are the parts to consider. First of all, you have to define your vision and your lifestyle, okay? We talked about it a little bit. But you also have to think about the lifestyle you want to have in the future. What is the best thing you could do in the future, in your day, let's say? Okay? You have to talk about it in your trading plan. Because this is exciting. This should be funny to you. It should be something you look at. Like when I look at my vision. And you should be excited about it. If you're not excited about it, well, you have a big problem. Because trading is not for you. Like, trading won't achieve anything. Trading is not here to make you a millionaire, but it's here to make you achieve the life you want, or the lifestyle you want. And this is what I'm all about. Definitely. And then in the trading plan, go back to it. You have to define your trading strategy. How will you trade? That's really simple. And this is only a small part of it, okay? Just single entry, exit. How you manage your money, that's about it. What you risk, that's really simple. And then you have to test yourself your strategy and put the result in it, just to make sure you're confident about it, and to make sure that you've seen that you could get good result with the testing you did. Just checking a question real quick. Okay, cool. We have a couple of nice questions. And then you have to have testing. So then the proper support system in place. This is a key, okay? And I have something for you, which is free for that. I'll talk about it a little bit later. Cool. You just have to remind me. Okay. This can be really complex, but I'm here to help, definitely. And what I want to propose you today is I want to help you speed the process of creating your trading plan and getting profitable as fast as we can. Because trading isn't about it's not about wasting time. And to be honest, I've wasted a lot of time trading. I've wasted years, I would say 2 years easily, of losing money and not having any plan, not having any clue what I was doing. But I just want to make it simple for you, really. So I decided to create the Successful Trading Plan program, which will be starting in December. Okay, it's not right now. I'm just talking about it to you, selling it a little bit to you. But I want to let you know that it's not right now. Okay, it's going to take place in December 2015. So in the program, you'll learn how you can define your mission and establish the right habits. Because the ideal lifestyle you want is composed of habits. Okay? This is crucial. But you have to define the right habits you want, and you have to make sure you can implement them in your life and in your trading. So trading while having the lifestyle you want, this is pretty crucial. Not everybody's doing it, but it's important and it's the key. I think it's awesome if you can do it. And then you'll learn technique you can use to trade effectively. You'll learn how you can create effective checklists for trading. How you can manage your trading mistakes so they only happen once. This is crucial, okay? When you make a mistake, it's okay to make a mistake in the beginning. And it's totally normal as a beginner. But if you make that mistake twice, or 3 times, or 4 times, or 5 times, well, then you have a big problem because you haven't really realized how you could avoid the mistake in the future. And then you learn about how you can put everything together into a plan and have that plan ready for you on your desk when you trade to make sure you get consistent and keep making money. Now, what's in the program? We'll talk into a little bit more details about it. So it's going to be basically a series of 4 webinars, okay? 4 live events where you'll be able to attend. You'll be able to ask questions, interact with me, and you have access to the recording afterward on a membership site, which will be included in everything. So you'll be able to log in there and see the recordings of every webinar, so you can rewatch them and get them how you want. So week 1, the first webinars will be how you can define your mission and ideal lifestyle. This is really exciting. This is the most exciting one, because you really get to work on your ideal lifestyle, your what you want in your life. This is key. We'll go into the key behind any training plan, which is the vision, mission, and ideal lifestyle. And we'll look at how you can move toward your ideal lifestyle starting today. Okay, we don't want you to go to your ideal lifestyle in 1 year or 2 years. We want you to start being in there today, without any hesitation, without any struggle. Then we'll look at how you can define the habits that you'll need to implement to trade and to have your ideal lifestyle. In week 2, we'll look at the essential element of a trading plan. What do you have to put in it? What's important? This is I often have a lot of question with it. Some people like to put their strategy. Some people like to only put their trading strategy. Some people like to have more than only that. And the key is you need more than that. We'll ensure that you have all the right things in your plan. And we'll ensure that you know how you can have a strong trading strategy that you can find yourself. Okay, taking courses of forex or price action trading, it's good. You can learn some stuff, but you can find a strategy on your own. Okay, this is really important. You can find any strategy you want and be successful. You can find it on your own. My own strategy right now is really simple, and I teach it to people for almost nothing. You can find it easily. You can teach it to yourself. Okay, it's not hard, but you have to know where to find the strategy and how you can make sure that the strategy is good. We'll look here at common traps that most traders fall into when they created their trading plan. Okay, when they create their trading plan, this is crucial. A lot of traps we have, so I'll cover a lot in those, and I'm sure you have a lot of big reaction to it. Now week 3, third webinar, we're going to look at how you can implement your plan. And this is interesting because this is where you start trading for real. Okay, the first 2 weeks you haven't traded really, but then in week 3 you'll start trading and see how you can implement your strategy, how you can make the tools that you'll need to succeed, and what you can do when you have a losing trade. Okay, there's a crucial process at that point that I use when I have a losing trade. I make sure I know what to do with that trade, because I need to have this in the future. I need it in the future, but you have to know this. And then this is week 4. Yeah, week 4. We'll review and adjust your plan, making sure that based on the testing you did, or based on the trading in demo, that your plan is solid and it's still good. We'll just review it and adjust it if needed. We'll look at the most efficient review of your trade. This is important. A lot of people are not reviewing their trade every month, let's say. But this is crucial. You have to review your trade and see what mistake you did. What you could do better in the future. And if you made any losing trade and that the trade were still good, well, you have to look at them and remind yourself that you just did the right thing. Then we'll look at how you can modify your plan, okay? Because you don't want to modify every aspect of your plan when you have losing trade. You want to modify specific key aspect of it so that you can overcome the mistake or the losing trade. And then we'll ensure that you always get the best result. This is important. You won't ever get no losing trade in trading, but you can get good result and you can get the best result if you follow the process, basically. And then we'll look at how you can set goals in trading and when you should set goals. Setting goals in the future is not the best thing you can do, but setting goals afterward when you have some result, this is important, and we'll look at how it works. Now for today, I want to pre-sell this course. Okay, this program is available right now to buy if you want to reserve your spot, and I'm gonna give you bonuses today if you get into the program. The first bonus is my trading strategy series. This is composed of basically the three trading strategy I use mainly every single day, and I detail them in videos and live tradings. So I go into details on what are the rules and what are their setup, what setup looks like on real charts, because it's good to see it. It's good to see it on a perfect chart on a PowerPoint, but the best thing is to see it on a real chart, okay, a live chart where you see the real candles, and you see some good setups, some setups that are not clear, and some bad setup, and then you can make the difference. But I'm detailing everything. I have a strategy for Bollinger Band, one for string trading, which is based on the 4 hour and daily chart, and one for position trading. This is the first bonus. Okay, it's a lot of detail for sure, but you have to, yeah, you can go through it, and it's a lot of fun. It's great because some people are astonished by those strategies. They are really really simple strategies that you can use right away. So if you don't have the right strategy right now, I recommend checking this out. It's in the bonus. And then you have 2 1 hour session, private Skype session, where we'll talk about your training plan. And this is really crucial, okay? Because having a support group or just someone to support you to look into your plan and see what mistake you did, what you could improve. This is really key. This is important. And you really want to have this if you want to succeed, okay? Now to recap, you'll have 4 live webinars as well as unlimited access to all the recordings on the membership site, which will be on DesireToTRADE.com. You'll be able to log in and get all the recordings and all the resources I've talked about in the webinars. And then you have 2 1 hour private Skype sessions, which will be done with me over Skype or over FaceTime, whatever you like. And we'll go into details into your trading plan and whether you can change some stuff and make it even better. We'll make sure that you have the perfect and the most solid trading plan ever, so you don't have any problem with consistency or profitability in trading. And then you have the trading checklist and video series. If you don't have a trading strategy right now, well, you really have to look into this and you really have to check it out and just get knowledge from it. This is available. The bonuses, 2 bonuses below, are only for the first 5 buyers, and I'll let you know if you're in the first 5 basically afterward. So if you're interested in joining the program, I'm pre-selling it right now. I told you it's gonna take place probably in the middle of December, and if you're interested in joining it, you just have to click the button below. It's right below this webinar, right below the event. You can click the button, and it's gonna redirect you to the page. Okay, you'll still be able to watch the webinar, so just click to it if you're interested and check it out. And the price will definitely be higher in December when I'm gonna sell it for real, and even higher in January when I'll sell the recordings. So this is important. And one last thing I want to mention is if ever this program does not take place, if for some reason I cannot do the program, well, everyone that's purchased it will all be refunded without any problem, without any worries. I don't want to make you pay even for a program you're not satisfied with. So even if you decide to cancel once you see the program, well, this is fine for me. This is not a problem, okay? But I'll really want to make sure you have the right product for you and the right coaching basically you need to have to have the best and the most solid trading plan. And that's why I do coaching with the first 5 buyers. That's why I want to make sure that they have the right stuff in place. Now let's jump into the question part of the webinar. And I know some people have been typing questions since the beginning, so I want to make sure that I answer them first. But if you guys have any questions, type them in the box below the webinar. And in the worst case, if I don't answer them here right now, I'll answer them afterward, okay? After the webinar. And the cool thing is, whatever question you type below, I get it by email. So if you type a question and I don't answer it right now, I'll just go over it by email afterward, and I'll just catch up with you to make sure you get the answer you need. So I've got the first one was Ivan asking me about whether I was using the New York close chart or not. Well, the answer is I'm using the New York close charts, and it's essential if you use them, if you trade price action. Only if you trade price action though. If you go with indicators, can be a little bit less important. But if you go with price action, I strongly recommend it. And the reason is pretty interesting, I found. Is because most traders in the world, that's what they're using. They're using your close chart. all the traders in New York are using New York close, and all traders in Toronto are using the same. And so even some traders in Asia are even using New York close chart. That's what I saw when I went there. That was not something, but that's the main reason. So you really want to get a broker that uses the New York close chart, and there are a few. I think there's FXCM, Oenda. We've been talking about it on pretty often on the Facebook community. We talked about broker. A guy was recommending FXCM, I think. And yeah, this is another thing. If you want to join the community, go to Facebook, search Forex Trader DesireToTRADE, and you'll be able to find us pretty easily. And just ask to join. I'm gonna accept you for sure. And then next question, I had Max asking how you can ensure you don't make any mistake too often. Sorry, how to ensure you don't make too many mistakes in trading. Yeah. So as I said, it's normal to make mistake in the beginning, and you'll probably make mistake. But now the key is you have to make sure that you don't make these mistakes twice. And this is where there's a process that comes into place. And the process is really about writing down your mistake and making sure you know you're aware of them, and then you don't repeat them afterward. I'll go into details. I'll go into details into that into the trading program. Now it's pretty it's time consuming, and I don't really have time. But yeah, it's basically to just keep track of your mistake and just keep the graphs or whatever example you have of your mistake in a document, so you make sure you're aware of them. Let me see. All right, I have Kevin who just joined the program. That's awesome. I'm really happy about it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And if you have any question, Kevin, I'll email you with the account for the private Skype session. But if you have any question, just email me. And anyone here on the webinar, just email me if you have any question. I'll make sure to answer you. I'm not here to necessarily make money, but just to help people. Then I had a question by Mohammed, which asked what if you're unsure of your mission? Well, if you're unsure of your mission, you really have to take time and stop trading. Take time to really evaluate it, because this will be the crucial part. When you have hard trade or hard moment, serial of losing trade, your mission will be there to help you and keep you on the track. So you really want to take time off and think about it. Even if it's like 1 hour you take off to just think about your mission, and then just write it down and go back to it. What you can do to help with your mission is you can write what's your ideal lifestyle. So what do you want to achieve in life? What if you had if you could do whatever you want in life, what exactly would you do? And this is the main part behind mission. This is really what is mission. Take time to define it, and we'll go into details on that into the training, and I'll give you some more questions you can ask yourself to define your mission. Last thing, nice, Max. I see that you joined. That's awesome. So I have I think 2 people, maybe more, who join. But if you guys still want to join, I have the bonuses for the first 5 buyers. So yeah, I want to remind you again. Take time to if you want to join. That could be awesome. In conclusion, I want to go into a quote, which is definitely my favorite quote by Will Smith. So you don't try to build a wall. You don't set out to build a wall. You don't say I'm gonna build the greatest wall that's ever been built. You say instead, I'm gonna lay this brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid, and you do that every single day, and soon you have a wall. And the reason I like this quote is because it's really what's in the trading plan. When you do your trading plan, and when you start planning to trade, you really take every single brick, and then you put them together, and then after a while, or after you've done trading and you see your profit, you say, oh my god, I've built a wall. I have so many great things. And so that's what happens. That's really what happens. It's so powerful. So I really want to thank you guys for being in the webinars today. I've got a lot more questions to answer, but I couldn't do it for everyone right now. But I'm really happy about it. I'll answer them by email afterward. I'll let you know what the answer is, and I'll make sure you get the best service you can get. So guys, have some fun. Enjoy and just enjoy life, and I'll catch you either on DesireToTRADE.com or in the next webinars. Bye.